Most people think that tools like this are just for sales teams and B2B. They're not. If you're a creator, freelancer, or entrepreneur, this might be one of the easiest ways to find people to pitch your offer to, sell your service to, land collabs with, or get in front of the exact people who can grow your business. And the crazy part is most people are overlooking this or not using these types of tools correctly. Because the hardest part of outreach usually is not sending the message. It's figuring out who to reach out to in the first place, or how to even get that contact information. That's where most people get stuck, especially creators that aren't thinking like sales teams or B2B teams. They open up a bunch of tabs, they search random profiles, get lost on social media, scroll for way too long, copy a bunch of names into a spreadsheet, and then second guess everything, and usually get burnt out or walk away with nothing. But the tool we're gonna dive into today changes that. Lessie AI lets you just describe exactly who you want to find in plain English, and it builds a list for you. Real people, real leads in seconds. So no clunky old school scraping tool. This is AI powered. So instead of wasting hours trying to figure out who the right clients are, who the right brands are, who the right collaborators are, or who the right people are to pitch your offer to, you can start with an actual list. This is a newbie hack. These are the things I wish I knew when I first started. Everyone should be using tools like this. Because for beginners, this removes one of the biggest barriers to outreach. You don't need to know how to scrape LinkedIn. You don't need to know how to build a prospect list by hand. You don't need to be great at research. You just need to know who you want to find. And once you have that, Lessie AI does all the boring, tedious, and messy work. That means this is not just useful for B2B, this is useful for creators trying to land their first brand deal, freelancers trying to find clients, founders trying to get their product in front of the right people, or anyone trying to build a stronger network without waiting for a post to maybe do the job for them. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 smart ways to use Lessie AI. First, how to potentially find your first paying client or brand deals using one simple sentence. Second, how to find collaboration and partnership opportunities that most creators never think to look for. And third, how to turn this all into a real outreach system. So you're not just finding people, you're actually connecting with them. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to use this tool to save serious time and open doors most people completely miss. The first thing I want you to do is head over to Lessie.ai. The links for Lessie will be down in the description and the pinned comments. Sign up for a free account just by clicking here on this Start for Free button. It's very simple. You can connect directly with your Google account or an email. No credit card is needed. The free account will come with credits so you can get started with your first list and follow along with the video. For those new here, I'm the avatar of John Kelly, one of the minds behind Digital Creator AI. We built this channel from scratch and just hit 100K plus. What we're all about is helping creators, solopreneurs, and anyone building an online brand master the best AI tools, workflows, and strategies. If that sounds like you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Before we dive in, if you're posting content on Instagram for your brand or your business, you need this tool. I designed a solution to automate my Instagram comments and DMs so I don't have to pay for expensive tools like ManyChat anymore. Just know that for a limited time, I'm letting people get access to this completely for free. The links are down in the description and the pinned comments. Try it out and let me know what you think. So once you log into Lessie, this is the main dashboard that you're gonna see. I really like this user interface. It's really clean, minimalist, really better for everyone all around. So they go straight to the power use cases and they don't get lost in any clutter. Here, like many other chat input boxes, we have this plus option, and what we can do is actually add different documents and files into the chat for reference to Lessie. We also have the find option. So this is what you would click just to input your prompt. So over here to the left of the screen, you have the main menu. Again, easy to understand. You have the new chat button, which will start a new chat. You have the process. This is like the history. You can review the process that Lessie took to give you the output it did. So if we click here on continue, we can see a run that I did the other day with Lessie, and you can see the question that I asked it, how it responded to me, and the output that it gave me. Let's go over here to emails now. Here, you're going to be able to manage all your emails once you connect an email address. Lessie isn't just going to scrape these leads for you or these contacts for you. It's going to give you the option to reach out to them. So if you want to use the full features, you're going to want to connect an email to this. So let's come down here and click on email address, and you can connect either a Google or an Outlook email. I'm going to click on Google, and here it's telling me what it's going to get access to, so which services can be accessed by selecting. So you can see it's breaking everything down for you, and this is super common. Anytime you want to use any sort of automation tools or AI tools that manage your inbox or do anything with an inbox, you need to connect them, right? Here's a tip. Create yourself a new inbox to manage whatever task you want to manage with that inbox. I would suggest setting up a free Gmail account specifically for this outreach that you're going to do. That way, you know that that inbox is safe and it's literally just what you use for your outreach. So if we click here on Get It, it'll open up another window and ask us which Gmail account we want to connect to. So I'm going to connect this to one of my Gmail accounts here. All right, so I've got an email connected to it. And if I wanted to send any emails now, I could do it through Lessie with the features that it offers. It's given me this compose email option here. And this is basically where you can select recipients, you can select a theme or add the subject line, and you can write some of your emails. Now down here, you have the options obviously to edit these emails. You've got the options to add emojis, pictures, links, and to compose it completely with AI. But for now, let's just jump over here and look at the rest of the options. So you have sent, you have draft, and you also have tasks. Down here, you'll see the email that you connected and any other email addresses that you connect. You can see also the amount of emails you have remaining for the day, and I can send 50 emails for the day. So let's come over here to my list now, and let's click here. Here, you're going to be able to see lists that you build and create, and we'll look at that in a minute. And below this, you have the recent conversations, so your history, right? It's just like ChatGPT. Now that we looked at that, we connected our email, we're back here on the main dashboard. I want to show you guys something else that's going to be very helpful for all of you, because you all have different niches, you all have different goals, you all have a different task that you're trying to accomplish. So something that a lot of AI tools do, and I love that Lessie did this because sometimes you don't see this on these types of tools. It basically gives us a bunch of use cases that we can use. So here it says all, right? So it's got them all selected. And if we scroll through here, you'll see that there are a bunch of these, like this one here, the AI product influencer search. This would be good for me, right? This YC founders, this would be great for me as well. Search for YouTube creators that focus on AI tools. That's right up my lane. If you don't want to scroll through that whole list, I like that they added these filters here. So if you're an influencer, a lot of you are going to fall into this category. You can click here on influencer and you can see all the options they have for influencers, right? So YouTubers reviewing Nano Banana. It even gets really specific. Top Gen Z influencers on TikTok. If you're looking for clients, you can click here on client and it says find 100 potential toy clients worldwide. Top sports bar brands in the US. E-commerce clients seeking digital marketing. If you want investors, you click here on investors and it'll show you prompts that are related to looking for investors. If you want to find some information on founders, you have this CEO option. You have this YC founders use case. You also have AI company CEO search. But you can do this for any niche, right? So apart from YC founders, you can also look for Ohio construction founders, right? Like people that have construction companies in Ohio. French fashion brands founders. If you click on partner, you'll see options to find partners. And then for hiring, the same applies. And then there are others. So there are these options here. Like people are looking for exoskeleton robotics talent search, Berlin travel media search, leading AI experts in USA, journalism, top tech media. So to really show you how this type of tool and workflow could help everyone and anyone, especially solo creators, solo founders, solopreneurs, and really at any level of the game. And just so you know, I manage my inbox like a business for this brand here because it is a business. And I check it multiple times for new deals. And I've worked with brands that have reached out to me with cold emails. I've read them all. So take it from me and not Susie at the water cooler who doesn't really understand how businesses work online. Your leads and your emails are a huge part of really being able to succeed with anything you're doing. So for today's examples, hypothetically, let's say you're a small creator that takes people on a journey to get better at surfing. You share tips and tricks that you learn along your journey. You're relatable because you're not a pro surfer. You're just a person looking to learn, grow, and share, but you want to see how you can monetize this. There's probably a lot of you watching this right now that are like, how would a surfer really use this? But once I show you, you'll see that it's so easy to use that even your grandpa could do this with his favorite hobby. I'm going to call this the surfer strategy, getting creative with your first 100 leads. If you're a creator, you don't just scrape people who like surfing, you scrape the ecosystem around surfing. Here's how that small channel gets their first 100 high value leads. So let me open up your mind here to the possibility of turning any content into a business. If the creator is new and still growing, you shouldn't be afraid of starting grassroots to really learn the ins and outs of what you can really do with social media. So instead of just putting surfing here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for local surf shops in the Los Angeles area, assuming that our surfer lives in Los Angeles, okay? So we're gonna do find. We can see that Leslie's thinking. It's searching for the local surf shops in the Los Angeles area. We can see the thinking process going on here. So let's give it a minute and we will see what we get. All right, so now Leslie's given us this. It says, here's a roundup of local surf shops in the Los Angeles area, popular surf shops. It's got the name of the shops, the numbers. I like these highlights because you're gonna get an idea of, is this a family-owned business? Down here, it's giving you numbers for repairs and custom boards. So another opportunity, you could literally say, hey, I can send people over to you when my audience needs repairs. Like if you make a video about fixing a ding, which is like a puncture, a crack, or a break in your surfboard. If you make a video about that, you could end it with, hey, if you guys need help with your repairs and you're in the Los Angeles area, I have the perfect person to send you to. Just DM me the word surf and I'll send you exactly what you need. And you can send them this number, or you could honestly turn this whole information here into like a freebie that you give to your audience as well, because you've got everything you need here. You got all the main stores, you got the repairs and the custom boards. The custom boards is another thing you could reach out to for sponsorships. So you have the phone numbers here and you can start calling them directly. But the cool thing about Lessie is it's asking us here at the bottom, it's saying, would you like me to take this further? For example, find the owners or managers of these shops, or search for people in the surf retail industry in LA. So I'm gonna respond with, yes, please find the owners or managers of these shops, or search for people in the surf retail industry in LA. Let's click on find. Here on the right, we can see that it's starting to compose a list. So let's give Lessie another minute here and let's see what we get. So after 300 seconds, as you can see here, it's actually generated this full list of fully matched people to our question. So we have a list of 15 people that have been matched to the question that we asked Lessie. And where did it pull this information from? It pulled it from these databases here on the left. You can see that it says Apollo database, PDL database. Now the beauty of Lessie is that you don't have to jump over to these. It's all integrated here. So you're getting all the real data that you would get from these top tier scrapers as well. You're just getting Lessie to help you out and organize everything. So it makes it really easy for you to build these outreach campaigns. Now we can see that it's broken this information down into a column of names. Then you have the links, like all the LinkedIn accounts. You could always hit them up through LinkedIn. You could reach out to them through there. You also have the match level. So you have some stuff that is fully matched. And if we scroll down, you'll see that there are partially matched contacts as well. So let's come up here to the fully matched and let's keep breaking down this data. So you have this surf retail column here, which is showing us the shops, right? So Jack Surfboards, Wave Huggers, Val Surf. And then the next column here is breaking down who it is. So the owner, the store manager, the general manager, the management. If I scroll over, you can see more columns. You can see the area that it's located in. So Los Angeles, California, Huntington Beach, if this person is currently active. If you want to delete any of these, you can just click here on this drop down and you can reorganize the data, or you can move the columns from left to right. You can edit them and you can delete them. Now we still don't have any emails, but if we click here on check, you'll see that Leslie's going to work to find the actual emails. For example, in this case, there were no emails. So you can discard that form of contacting really quickly, right? So let's keep scrolling over here. You have the role again, the country and the region, and then you have actions. So you can remove these people from the list. So if this person doesn't have an email, we can always click here on delete and remove them from the list. Up here at the top, you have these options like compose email, export, group, and history. So for example, you can click here on export and you can export this list that we just built. It tells you the amount of credits it would cost. It shows you the amount of credits. Now this list is filled with data, so you might want to clean it up, only pull out a certain amount. Let's select all the names by clicking here. And what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit. So I just want these top 15 names here. So let me get rid of this. I'm going to unclick all these 15, and then I'm going to unselect the top 15, which are the fully matched. All right, perfect. So I've unselected all the fully matched. And now what I want to do is actually delete all of the selected items. So the other 107 selected items. So that way we have 15 fully matched contacts that we can experiment with. So let me hit on, if you hover over one of these contacts, you get this option here that says find similar. It also gives you the option to compose an email directly for that contact, export, or save to your list. I'm going to do delete. And now we have 15 people inside of our list. So now if I come up, and now we have 15. So now we have 15 fully matched. So now we have 15 fully matched contacts in our list. I'm going to come up here to export. And now, as you can see, the credits is much lower. And now we've saved a bunch on credits. So let me click out of export. Let's go to compose email. So here it's telling me the total credits, 36. I'm going to click on compose email and see what we get. Now it's opened up the compose email option here, and it's got the contacts that it could actually find emails for. So at the top, you're going to be able to see the email that it's using, which is one of my old emails. Over here, you can see the individual send. So it's going to show you who it's going to send this to individually. This is not going to be a bulk email. Click that and you can see the emails that it actually pulled from those 15, because it's not going to be able to get emails from everybody, because remember, it's pulling from databases. So we have 7 fully matched leads based off of our search. And with these 7 leads, you can write your email. And this could be something like, hey, I went to your surf shop last week. I filmed this video talking a little bit about the surf wax that I bought from your shop. People really responded well to it. And I think we could work together. If you guys are interested in any organic content, I can definitely get more people interested in your shop. My audience is exactly aligned with the types of people that buy products from your shop. So if you guys want to maybe discuss having me make more content for you, I'd love to do that. Just wanted to reach out and say, hey, local surfer, something like that, right? Something, obviously you'd have to test your outreach, because like I said, I get cold emails like this all the time to edit my thumbnails or to edit my videos, and I read them all. So I would suggest being really genuine, try to stand out with your email, stand out with your subject line, see if you can get some responses this way. This is a great way to get started building your network and building a list. And I'm using this example to show you that you can get really creative with this tool and the list that you build and how you approach this. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to ask yourself, no matter what niche you're in, no matter what you're doing, how could I do something like we just did here? When it comes to your niche, do you have any opportunities like this where you can start small, start experimenting with local brands, see what it's like to get sponsored for the first time and to actually have to do content for a brand? Is there anything you can do with this? You could literally use this type of data for all kinds of things. With all this data that we looked at today, you could create a directory for beginner surfers, right? You take all the names of those shops, all that other information that we have, and some of this information here, and you start building out a directory to see if you can get traffic over to your content, because you can link that to your content. And you can talk about your directory inside of your content. And then when you go to these shops and you talk to these shops or you talk to these brands, because you don't have to just do brands, you could also reach out to giant companies. Don't be afraid to reach out and shoot your shot. That's really what I wanted to focus on here. If you have a tool like this, you could potentially get your first 10 clients if you just scrape the right amount of data. And for some of you, this might be right on the money. You just never knew that these kinds of tools existed, or you just didn't get why you would use them. I want you guys to walk away from this video and ask yourself, how can I get creative with my approach? But if you've never done this before, this is a good way to start. So do something for me real quick. Down in the comments, let me know how you guys are using this tool creatively. What kind of contacts and leads you're trying to get using Lessie. So let's see if the community can bounce ideas off of each other and really dive into this tool. I hope this video was helpful. And as you can see, you can find YC founders, or you can use this with the surfer method and find contacts and leads for any niche. So go down to the description and the pinned comments, sign up for Lessie, try it out, get those free credits, and start getting your first leads. Let me know again down in the comments how you're using this tool creatively. Don't forget that I'm currently giving away a free tool for Instagram that every creator needs. I was tired of paying for ManyChat, so I designed my own solution. So now I can send as many automated comments and DMs on Instagram without having to pay for all those active contacts like you would on ManyChat. Like I said, every creator on Instagram would benefit from this automation. It'll help you create your first easy content funnel when you ask them to comment a word and you send them a lead magnet right through the DMs without even touching anything. Go down to the link in the description and the pinned comments. You will find a link for that tool as well. Sign up, try it out. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in taking your AI content that you generate every day and make it sound more human, then watch the video that's showing up here on the screen so you can make your content undetectable. Make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next AI workflow, and I'll catch you all in the next video.